Hello everyone! Today I'm going to be sharing with you a story, and the title of this story is There is No Snake on the Way Back. And this story represents a historical lesson for me and my personal life. And the story begins on a warm sunny day in Florida. I'm riding my bicycle with my great friend Dwayne. And on this bike ride, I spy a beautiful snake on the ground. And I think to myself, oh my goodness, I would love to take a picture or a video of this snake. And so I think in my mind, I will see this animal on the way back because we were going to turn around at some point. And of course, on the way back, the snake was not there. And so I shared my story with my friend Dwayne. And as I began to tell him my story, he already made the prediction that there is no snake on the way back. And so I have two other stories that really drove this story home for me. And the next story I'd like to share that correlates to this is before I moved away from Florida and I moved to the state of Washington. I did not know that the last time I saw some of my friends and my family members, I had no recognition at the time that that would be the last time that I would see them. And so this theme became a form of identity of recognizing how important the present moment really is. I didn't know that the last time I saw my aunt would be the last time I would ever see her for the rest of my life. I didn't know that those moments spent with that friend, that there would never be another moment like that again. And so this lesson just has echoed so many times throughout my life, and it was this third time that it happened that I put this whole thing together in my mind of really being able to label and identify it as there is no snake on the way back, and recognizing the importance of the present moment and listening and being in obedience. Shema, listen, obedience, Shema, listening to my guiding impulses, meaning my feelings, my heart's desire for the moment. So if you are instructed by your heart to hug someone, to wish them a great day, no matter how unusual or strange that it seems, please, I encourage you to do not be discouraged and to instead encourage yourself to have courage and to do the very thing that your heart, your spirit is guiding you to do for the sake of the whole and the bigger picture. So with that said, I will tell you now that third thing that happened that made this echo so loud. So as some of you know, I recently went to Mexico and I met my father there. My father lives in South Miami Beach, and we both met up in Mexico. And when we went there, we went to a beautiful island called Isla Mujeres, which means Island of Women. And this place, my goodness, the most beautiful water I've ever seen. This is more beautiful to me than the Keys and all the places I've been. When I went to Bimini, just all the places I've been. Okay, and I realize I have not been all around the world, but my goodness, this water of Isla Mujeres, just the most beautiful ocean, the Caribbean Sea. And so while I was there, we rented a golf cart and there was a small window. We were on the island. And when we got to the beach area with the golf cart, every area of parking was full. And so we pulled over in a spot and just left all of our belongings in the cart and just walked on the beach for just a minute. And in that moment, I did not recognize that that would be my only moment to jump in water that was that clear and that beautiful. I did not understand the circumstances of traveling in the way that we were traveling, with no plans, with no pre-bookings, with no agenda, with no true understanding of what to look out for before going to Cancun, Mexico. And so there was all kinds of things that happened, and I will save that storytelling for another time. However, right now, I'm empathizing with the part of myself that missed that window, that had an instinct to jump in that water right then and there. I did not realize that where we were going next in Mexico, that the waters just look absolutely nothing like that. And so this is my message to you and to myself and my future self and all the selves that you are that may represent another part of myself. So when you notice this moment and that there is this opportunity, if you feel a tug on your heart, I'm going to encourage you to listen to that again and again and again and again. And especially if my message to you right now comes to your mind, feel free to pray about it. God, do you really feel this is what I'm supposed to do? We can ask. We can ask and then feel if we are guided to walk away or not walk away. And there has been many moments in my life where I did not listen to the tug of my own heart, telling me, guiding me, wishing good things for me. And I'm not saying that we should be in absolute obedience of being in pleasure at every single second in life, right? Sometimes it's appropriate to have delayed gratification, okay? For example, maybe in this moment it feels really good to think about eating all the sugar in the world, right? Or maybe doing something else that we know is not really good for us. Yet sometimes the desires of the heart is to desire things that will not serve us long term. So there is gray area or areas to meditate upon these things and really wait until we are sure. However, there are moments that we absolutely know that we are sure and that this is true. And so in that moment, I did not recognize that I would not see any similar ocean or water like that throughout the rest of my trip. So I am mourning with regret and a great hunger to return to Isla Mujeres because, again, it was so beautiful. I really loved that place, and I would love to scuba dive in the Caribbean Ocean. And now I know what to expect and I know what I need to do. And if you're seeing this now and you are planning this, then I'm going to tell you what I will do different. I will make an appointment as soon as I land, or as soon as I get to a specific spot that it feels right. And I'm going to book the scuba diving for the next day because the boat leaves around 8 a.m. And I'm going to make sure to get into the ocean. Although I will do a spoiler alert right now and tell you that I did scuba dive. Except I had the adventure with my father to scuba dive inside the cenotes, which was a wonderful experience and something I've never experienced like that before, other than comparable to the springs that I have scuba dived in. However, there was not stalactites, I believe that's how you pronounce that. So peace, blessings, joy, abundant life be upon you. And thanks for listening and joining me for this story time. Aho mataki oisin. Until next time. Shalom.